Good Tuesday morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. We start today out at a nice 68. We'll hit a high of 85 later on today. We do have a chance of showers after roughly 2 p.m. this afternoon. That's the way it's kind of shaping up. Now, as we go to radar this morning, keep in mind if you live in these areas, you might want to leave home a little bit earlier due to some fog that is starting to build up as we pull up radar this morning. We do show over in the Morton area. If you're going to be headed toward Jackson, make sure to be careful in here. Pretty thick fog there south of 20. That's all over it, but a little bit thicker south of there near Polk. As you go down, this will enter the Laurel-Hattiesburg area as well. Now, if you're going to head east of Meridian, you're going toward Tuscaloosa, Utah, Alabama, and those areas there, you're going to get into a lot of fog. It's very thick as you get into McFarland Boulevard and those areas there around Tuscaloosa. Be careful. Selma even showing up with a lot of fog this morning, as well as down around Panama City, Florida. See that? Northwest of Kosciuszko as well, in the Mississippi Delta up through those areas. Got a little fog this morning as well. So we've got some caution areas to be aware of. Also, I posted just a little bit ago about Highway 80 there in Brandon. They're going to be doing a lane closure this morning as they work on some roadways. If you travel Highway 80 around Brandon, be sure to know that also. That'll slow your trip down if you've got to go anywhere in that direction. So how's everything this morning? I do hope well. Daddy Brian, Denny. Oop, almost said that wrong, didn't I? How are you today? Also, we see LaWanda is up. Nina, good morning. Judy is joining us as well. Also, Jerome Lee as we begin today. It's going to be nice. I got Odie. He's getting ready for the morning show as we get all of our stories and things that went on over the last 24 hours. Let's go to Collinsville and get a good word for the day as we check in this morning.
Sometimes we have to get things done at the last minute, or perhaps we wait until the last minute to get things done. Whether it's the paper that you have to write for school, or it's the form you have to turn in, or any other time-sensitive issue, the 11th hour is usually the busiest. In Matthew 27, we find Jesus being crucified, a man who has done no wrong, God in the flesh, and yet here he is being crucified between two criminals, shamefully naked, dying a slow, painful death, and being mocked the whole time. Jesus could have commanded the whole host of the heavenly angels to come and obliterate everyone there. He could have made certain that every single mocker and scoffer got their just reward. Yet he stayed on the cross. Why? Hebrews 12 tells us that it was his joy to go to the cross for you and I. He took all of that, even the wrath of God poured out on him for you and I, that we may experience life. Remember how I mentioned doing things at the 11th hour? Those two criminals were mocking him too, but we learn from Luke's account that one of those criminals turned from his sin and he trusted in Jesus. Then Jesus told him that he would be in paradise with him that very day. So the question for us is, have we trusted in Jesus? Or have you waited until the 11th hour? Just like that criminal, while you still have breath in your lungs, it is never too late. Trust Jesus today, because remember, change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Always good words. As we look at this, I just got handed a note from Odie, and I guess he thinks I can read small lettering, so I can't. So we've got to use glasses to read this morning. Keep in mind, there's going to be pipeline maintenance today, natural gas, a controlled release of pressure. It's going to be in the 6300 block of Causeyville Road. It's going to be a noisy event. This will include the Gene Carr Road in Causeyville. Again, that's going to be pipeline maintenance work today. You're going to hear some loud noises in the area. That's what it will be. We'll make a post if you didn't catch all of that to make sure if you're in that area not to get scared.
Little smell, maybe.
Little smell? That egg smell?
That little egg smell.
That little egg smell. Y'all be ready for that. Woof. You'll know it. It's distinctive. So that's something to look for today out there in the Causeyville, Gene Carr Road area. As we look at today, as we look across these headlines of things across America, they rank best places to be in law enforcement. They're ranking California, Washington, D.C. as one of the best places. Why? Well, police aren't called to that many situations anymore. as we well know, they're just really cut back using police at all. Ranked at the bottom of the list, Oregon, South Carolina, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, all the southern states where law enforcement is still enforced. It is riskier, but they do their job without question. We do appreciate those who do what they do for a living in law enforcement. Border Patrol, we're getting ready for Thursday. Title 42 will end, and it will be a mass wave of people crossing the border. Be ready for that. And that's happening Thursday as that comes to an end. I really hate to see this. We don't know what's going to get into our country, do we? No, we don't. But be ready. That's happening. A judge has banned Trump. He can't share evidence, anything to do with the Stormy Daniels case or the hush money. They've told him he can't do that. I don't know if he can do that. Kevin Costner, as we all know, is getting a divorce. His wife has filed for this, and this is where it really makes no sense. She filed for divorce because he was spending too much time away filming. By filing a divorce, he'll never be home, will he? Just putting two and two together here. That's what's causing Splitville there. And I don't know if we've talked about this yet, but they say that it's coming to an end. Yellowstone, this is the last season of that. Never really got right after he became governor, in my opinion, in watching the show. It just didn't, it was something missing. It happened too quick for him to become governor, and it never fit the story just right. That's just me thinking out loud. But that's what's in the works. It's coming to an end. As we look here, as we mentioned, what was it, 3, 4, 5 days ago, that the Hollywood writers have been on strike, and that's your folks for your nighttime entertainment. Those Tonight Show folks. Fran Drescher, y'all remember her, the nanny? She's joining the protest with them, standing up, taking a stand with them. Yeah. No one wanted to hear that squeaky voice anyway, I don't think. The mall shooting that happened in Texas, y'all familiar with what I'm talking about? At least 7 people lost their lives. As they dig deeper into this guy staked this out for 3 weeks, writing down time, studying when the most people would be there, when he would make his move. Sad, isn't it? But there's people like that amongst us. I don't know what the answers are. Sad, sad, sad. We'll be right back. We got more headlines, and we'll get into your weather forecast as we begin this early Tuesday morning. Y'all don't rush off. We'll be right back. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham. And welcome back as we start this morning. It's a great looking day. Put a smile on. Let's do this. Let's get into our forecast now.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Those record highs and record lows, 1955, it was a cool, no it wasn't, it was hot, wasn't it? 93 on this date back in 55. 1917, for sure it was cold. 40 degrees as you woke up in 1917. Been a few years ago. As we look at today's forecast across Alabama, it looks like to be 88 as we get into these areas here. Selma, 88. Also over near Clanton. I think I've mixed this up as we look at this. I did. Mississippi side is going to be somewhere around 87 in the Meridian area. And as we go over to Jackson, it should be right around the 88 to 89 degree mark as we look at this. Now, as we move across and look at the United States, we do have that above average in Washington State up here as we get into Nevada and California. And a cool front right there coming into Texas on that west side, making its way across toward Dallas. As we get into the Mississippi side, we're still a little bit warm here in East Mississippi here, but on the other side, it looks to be normal. On over to Florida, abnormal temperatures, and this is the breakdown of what we got for the next 7 days. 85 to 86, depending upon where you are in the Meridian area, and that includes Philadelphia, equipment in these areas northward. 88 tomorrow is going to be the high. But look at that rain chances. It jumps from 30% this afternoon after 2 o'clock to a 60% chance tomorrow. By Thursday, we're still at 50. And Friday, we're ending the week with a 40% chance of showers. Now, the weekend turns around for us with slight chances. So most likely you'll be able to do any of your outdoor events that you've got going on Saturday and Sunday. But highs over the weekend, 92, 93. Summertime is coming. Even back to work on Monday, a high of 90 with a 40% chance of showers there. Brought to you by our friends at Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power. Whew, going to be hot and wet some of those days. As we look at the forecast for the next 7 days, all the way to May the 23rd, mid-80s, anywhere from 84 to 85 with partly cloudy sky. And, well, slight chances of rain each day there coming in. Maybe the sunshine will overtake that. Our best fishing chances for today, according to Chet, as we head out, will be, let's see here, today, 4 o'clock this afternoon, 4 to 6 p.m. That's kind of perfect there if you get off work around 3 this afternoon to get out and go fishing until about 6:30. Good luck with all of that. Perfect if you're a youngster getting out of school to hit that fishing hole. Odie is coming in as we get ready to go over all the events of things that went on yesterday. And that was a lot. We'll go over all of this and so much more across the state of Mississippi and across the nation to let you know. So you'll be informed today. All coming up bright and early this morning, beginning at 7. Already 6:43 according to the clock on the wall as I glance over. We've got it coming here in a few moments. Join us, won't you? See so many of y'all up, and good morning from Hickory, Brandon, Mississippi. Steve, how are you doing? Steve Shipman joining us from there. Corey joins us also. Hope y'all be back in less than 15 minutes. We'll go live with the morning show. We'll see you then. Thanks, and God bless.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: